All right, welcome back to LearnWire. We're going to be looking at AnalyticsWP. This is an analytics and traffic tracking WordPress plugin. It's extremely easy to install on your site. I'm going to be showing you that. I got unlimited access to this. It does have a lifetime deal right now. You can actually go pick it up for either one site or unlimited sites. I'll show you the pricing in just a bit as well, but let's jump right into it. So their headline is shockingly accurate. WordPress Analytics WP is the best analytics plugin for WordPress. It works instantly on any WordPress site. You'll feel as if you've been blind and now you can see. So they specialize in tracking more than just what Google Analytics is going to provide for you. And their estimation is, and their testing, really this is done by science and text testing and real world results and data, that they see about 30% more traffic coming to their sites with using Analytics WP than when they track it with, because they track it with both, right? So basically they'll look at Google Analytics and then they'll look at the Analytics WP plugin, and it usually shows about a 30% difference. Google Analytics tracks 30% less traffic coming in. And so this can be important, and I'm going to show you one of the biggest parts of the tool that you're able to look at the journeys, which is a super interesting feature that they actually have on there, okay? So used and loved by awesome people like Louis Reingold right over here, owner of Breakdance Builder and WP All Import. They've been using this as well. It's straightforward insights about who's visiting and what they're doing on your site. So it's simple and lightweight. Analytics WP is built with an obsessive attention to efficiency. It won't slow down or bloat your site in any way. Secure and private. Your data stays on your site. There is absolutely no sharing with external servers. So this is something that's the owner. You can watch some of their videos as well. They explain it far better than I can. But essentially, there's no third-party tools going on or third-party sharing. When you use other tools, that's often the case. And what happens here is, and this is actually even true with the Google Analytics, you are sharing all of your site's data with Google Analytics. Right over here, this information, once you put this plugin on your site, none of the information transfers over to any other server or third-party tool or anything like that. So that's pretty dang cool. Your information is safeguarded all the time. Accurate stats, WordPress Analytics WP is built on WordClass first-party tracking technology, making it entirely ad blocker proof and perfectly accurate. This is a big deal. So it actually tracks people that have ad blockers on their site. They come to your site, they will still be tracked. It tracks everybody coming to your website. And this is, I'm going to go into this in a little bit and show you, this is particularly good for WooCommerce. They're integrated with WooCommerce, and you can think of it as a very good analytics tracking tool to work side by side with WooCommerce. They actually also built another plugin for WooCommerce and affiliates. I will just briefly touch on that in a second. But using WooCommerce Analytics WP will detect this automatically and add additional functionality and insights, including full customer journeys. So if you install this on your site, and I don't have a site, I have a site that uses WooCommerce, but I'm not going to be showing you today. I'll do another video on that. But essentially, it's going to identify that, okay, you have WooCommerce tracked on your site. So it's going to do some additional things for you when you make a sale. It's actually going to, when you get like a receipt emailed to you of the transaction, someone just bought something, it actually has a section in there that shows where the traffic came from, which is brilliant, right? If you actually got traffic from Pinterest and it came over to your site and then they ended up buying a product of yours, it's actually going to identify that the person came from Twitter or Pinterest or YouTube, which is super, super awesome for tracking where your traffic is coming from and how it's converting. So that is a huge feature made only for WordPress. So fully and natively integrated with WordPress, everything works instantly and perfectly. I'll never focus on anything besides WordPress. So they are all in on WordPress. About 40% of websites are built on WordPress. So that's their market. That's what they are good at. They're not trying to build their tool for all these other applications and website builders. They're just building it for WordPress. And this is the part that I think is the big kind of golden nugget of the tool, if you will. These journeys effortlessly track user journeys, understand their real paths and the paths people take to arrive at and navigate through your website and store. Analytics WP is our PR compliance. You can download a free trial. There'll be a link below. Before I show you that, let me also put this up on the screen for you. So there'll be a link below if you want to go check this out, and you can also sign up for a 7-day free trial. There's no credit card required, and you get full, complete access to the tool. That's how confident they are in the tool. You get complete access to the tool for 7 full days, and if you want to keep running it, then you just go and buy a one-site license, or what I recommend is the unlimited. If you use a coupon code LEARNWIRE, you're going to get an additional 10% off of your order. Again, pay for it once, install it, and run it forever. I'm going to go and show you the pricing real quick. So you have $99, and that is going to be one site license right here, but they've really got this positioned that you just really don't want to buy this unless you're buying the unlimited website deal, right? If you only have one business, one website, and you never plan on expanding, then maybe the $99 product would be for you. But I would say for 90% of people, this is an $800 deal. You're getting it for $199. One time you get unlimited websites, all features included, all future upgrades and so forth. So you can download that trial, go check it out. This is a true lifetime license right over here. Let me go show you what that looks like when you're inside of your account. I have some stuff blocked out. What I've decided to do is start blocking out some of my information, my email address and so forth, but it's not going to stop whoever it is that's out there that's trying to rip off my brand. They actually go out there and they email all these. And every time I do a review, they actually go out and email these software companies, and they do it on behalf of myself, and they actually sign as my name and that they're LearnWire, and they try to say, hey, I got you a bunch of traffic. Can I get free lifetime deal and all this stuff? And then I have good relationships with these vendors. They actually email me and say, hey, is this you? I say, no, that's absolutely not. It's spam. But imagine how many times they've actually gotten away with it. I've reported whenever I can. I've reported that the email address and so forth. But it's just sad that that's what people spend their time doing when they could actually just go out there and actually build a real brand and put in the actual work it takes to build an honest company and an honest business, instead of just going out there and being fraudulent. But nonetheless, that's why I'm going to be blocking some of my stuff out here, emails and names and things like that. It's not really going to prevent, bad things from happening, but still I'm going to block out because it's not really necessary anyways. But this is what it looks like inside your account. You can actually click on the invoice and it will show you the full invoice, a really nice PDF you can download for your business if you need it. You always get the latest download version right here. You've got your information. You can contact the team right over here. You can also come over here to the chat and message them that way. And then right over here, when you click manage domains, you can see that I have one domain hooked up to this, but I have unlimited. I mean, they put 100,000 websites in here. And so every time I add, if I need to get a new license key, it's just going to drop it in right over here, and it's going to connect it. Right now, you can see at learnwirepro.com, that's activated right here. So you can see right over here, they've had what looks like over 1,400 people have purchased the software so far. I'm going to go back over here and show you the change log, how much they've been, changing the software, adding new features. We have February 8th, February 14th, February 22nd, February 29th, March 2 in March, and then we got June 27th, July 11th, and then August 14th. You can go and check out all the different things they're doing. It does have to do with the infrastructure. A lot of the stuff that you don't see, but it's just back-end stuff. But I mean, they're improving HTTPS recognition and protection, just all kinds of stuff, improving the infrastructure of how good this actually, refined code base for enhanced stability, all kinds of good stuff there. And then we'll just go over and just kind of capitalize on the features right over here. So it's ad blocker resistant. That's extremely rare in tools like this. First party tracking instead of third party tracking. So 95% of these tools are built on third party tracking cookies and stuff. This is first party tracking. And then you have 20+%. Well, they're putting on their site, in their video, they said 30%, but at least 20% more data than Google Analytics. So that's how much you're missing out on reporting on just using Google Analytics. Now, they don't say to not use Google Analytics. It's free. It provides really good data, obviously. So you would run this alongside also setting up your site with Google Analytics as well. Journey merging, I think this is the really coolest part, and so forth. And then showing your entire journeys, not just clicks. I'm going to show you that in a second. Conversion journeys, every person. And this is, you can read more about this, but it lives in your WordPress, no detours. That's why this is different. And then using WooCommerce, you're in luck. AnalyticsWP will detect if you're using WooCommerce and activate a set of powerful features. Imagine navigating your business in the dark. Installing AnalyticsWP is like flipping on the lights and finally seeing your customers. So customer activity identifies, order source and intuitively integrated. And I'm going to go on to one of my sites right over here, and we'll go over here to LearnWire dashboard. And then I'll just show you, I have had this installed for like a week, a little bit more than a week. I'm going to go to AnalyticsWP, and you can see the different things. You have settings, welcome and help section. You have your license, your journeys, and your dashboard. So we're going to really just focus on these two because that's the main part of the tool. Here's your dashboard. It's a nice, very nice graphics. They're going to be adding more reports and more things like per country analytics coming soon as well. But we'll look at what we've got so far right here. You'll know what you're running right over here as well, version 1.8.4. And you can see you get the latest version right over here. I actually need to be running a later version. But if I go into plugins right over here, you can see there's a newer version of AnalyticsWP available. We can update this right now from just inside. You know, I hate those tools that you have to go and download and replace and do all those things with the tool, and you're not able to, update them just by clicking the button, but you are able to update it. AnalyticsWP is fully updated now. So we'll go back into the dashboard, show you what this looks like. So since I've had this installed, unique people 39, it's going to, basically measure your versus previous periods. You can change the date over here versus 30. It's not going to have any data on that, obviously. And then you have all-time data. I'd like to see a little bit more customization over what we're looking at as far as maybe we want to look at the last 3 days. Maybe we want to look at, the last 3 months, the last 90 days. So maybe a custom feature down here, if they're watching this, to where we can customize the dates. That would be super, super cool. But you can certainly look at it from this standpoint right over here. So you got 52 unique people. This is the number of unique people who visited the site. Obviously, I'm not getting very much traffic on this site. And then total page views right over here on your site. And then the views per person. This is the average number of pages viewed per person, 1.58. And then you have your Windows shopper rate. I'm going to try to describe this, but it says 75%. This is kind of like a bounce rate, but not quite. Windows shoppers are people who visit just one page on your site, leave and never come back. So instead of it just like multiple people coming multiple days and like bouncing after, a few seconds or 30 seconds or whatever like that, those all get tracked as bounce rates. But this one in particular are window shoppers. They're people who visited just one page of your site, leave and never come back. And so it's like a true bounce rate. The way that they argue it is that it's a more accurate measurement. And then we can come down here, we can look at popular referrers. So we have direct or none, and then you have Google sending 8, we have YouTube sending 7, we have DuckDuckGo 2, we have ChatGPT sending 1, we've got Search.Brave, we've got Pinterest right there, Yandex and Quant. So this is important because where's all my traffic coming from? Obviously, we want to see today, I'm working a lot on Pinterest, trying to get Pinterest more visitors from Pinterest and so forth. It's kind of hard in this space, the tech space. It doesn't really work that well on Pinterest, but this is what is so hard to find inside of Google Analytics and Search Console is the source. You have to dig and really dig and so forth. Yeah, and I can't stand it. This is like one of my favorite things to look at is where is my traffic and refer coming from? It's all right here, nice and tidy. AnalyticsWP knows exactly what is important to people that are running businesses and websites. We just want to know where our traffic's coming from to our site, right? And then popular pages. Oh, this is another thing that is important. What pages are getting the most viewed on your site? It's probably ranking for some keywords as well, right? So we've got all these reviews right over here that are getting traffic. And then you have the desktop, people that are looking at reviews and software reviews and stuff like that. They're looking from their desktop, right? And less people on mobile. But a lot of sites are going to show mobile. It's going to be opposite. Most traffic's going to come from mobile. But on my particular tech site, it's from desktop. So those are what they've got there. It would be I would like to see some more reports and so forth, but it's just extremely clean user interface, extremely useful information to what's going on your website. Now let's go take a look at journeys. Now I don't have any sales, but this is what journeys look like on your site. So if someone makes a purchase on your site, the dot's going to turn green, which is super cool. So you'd actually be able to go in there, but we can click on myself right here. This is just myself. So it's going to tell you LearnWire Pro from desktop 2 days. And then I came back again 2 hours. So you can actually look at a person that has come to your site, it's recognized they're logged into Google or they're whatever they're logged in. I've had 10 events on my site, right? I visit this is my site, so I'm going to have a lot of tracking. But this is what it's going to look like: is the name, if that's available, the email, and so forth. I'm not sure if what it's going to look like but I mean, we can just go back and look. We can see all the different timestamps, where they came from, and then what URLs they're looking at, what pages on your website they're looking at. So you have a whole journey right here. And this is the beauty, the amazing thing that you're going to be able to see with this tool right over here. I'm going to go back to journeys and we'll just go and look at someone else. So this is 821. So somebody else that came to the site, it's going to just say that they refer from quant.com and then LearnWire SERP Raptor. So I could actually go to the site and just see, like, what is this website? And it's a search engine. So someone searched something. So I'd never even heard of this right here, but they said SE SERP Raptor review. So they might have typed in SERP Raptor review. They typed in SERP Raptor review right here, guys. And then my site came up number 1. They clicked on it and then they went to my page. So that is how awesome this tool actually is, that you can go in here and see, like, how are people finding my website? Like, you can go in here and look at some other people right over here, and you can just see that they came over here from desktop, and it's not going to tell us how they got there every time. This one was a referrer from YouTube. So YouTube sent them, and then they visited my recommended, right? Which is a page on the site that could lead to sales. Now, it's not going to track sales unless you are selling via WooCommerce. Okay. So that is pretty much the tool. I wanted to spend more time on the sales page and the features, and it really explained to you why this is a quality tool, analytics tool for your website, because there wasn't a whole lot to show. It's just giving us information. So again, there's a link below, and if you want to go pick this up and you want to purchase the unlimited deal for $199, you can get a 10% discount. What is that? $20 you'll be able to save if you use coupon code LearnWire. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm so glad that I picked up this tool, because now I can put this on all my WordPress sites. And I got to be completely honest, I've never really liked using Google Search Console or Google Analytics. I think that they are just completely cumbersome to use. I have just never enjoyed using them and setting them up and all that. This, you literally install it, you put in your license key, and you're done. And it's tracking it from a first party standpoint. It's going to be able to identify and tell you what your popular pages are. It's going to be able to, and if you want to track keywords and so forth, you keep using Google Search Console, that's fine. But that's a whole nother topic in another video, as to even if you want to be using Google Search Console, as some people that, were doing public case studies, Google decided to just wipe out all of their websites, which is no good and no fair, right? So putting all your eggs into Google's basket, if you will, I'm not really a big fan of that. This allows you more freedom to get some good tracking and analytics on your site, the pertinent information you need, without, like I said, the almost impractical use, cumbersome use of those other tools. Now, I realize that if you're an SEO, you can't not use those other tools. It's just not really in the cards, if you will. But for people that are just building niche websites and so forth, and they just want access to this quick information right here, and they know they're getting first party analytics, this is a great tool. So link below. Thanks for joining me. I will see you in the next video.